Greetings of the day to all of you. We know that whenever we are going to study the paper of the communication skills, and in this paper, why the remedial English is very important to us. Whenever we are going to talk about especially the remedial English, in the remedial English, one kind of good kind of knowledge about the grammar is going to play a significant role. So that's why in our syllabus we have the parts of speech. Okay, so whenever we are going to read one kind of paragraph from any one of the notable book, so while reading that paragraph, here our work will be just to find out which is the noun. Okay, what kind of pronoun we found here: adjective, adverb, conjunction, preposition, interjection, adjective, adverb. Okay, so that's why today we are going to discuss about very important point included in the parts of speech. Okay, that is what is meant by noun and what is meant by pronoun in our today's lecture. Okay, so with addition of this also, what is meant by adjective and what is meant by adverb. So these are the four major types of parts of speech that we are going to study. So let us begin. So as we know that the nouns are very important, as we have studied the various kinds of definitions about the nouns. So noun is nothing but it is the name. It can be the name of person, thing, place or quality. That is called as noun. And whenever we are trying to define the pronoun, pronoun is also a word which is used instead of noun. That is called as the pronoun. Okay, so these are the two simple definitions about what is meant by noun and what is meant by pronoun. Now let us study about first of all the noun, first of all in detail, then pronoun. So as I said you earlier, so the noun is nothing but it's a one kind of name of the person, thing, place or idea. So when I say the word Mumbai or the Jahangir Art Gallery, okay, Kolhapur, these are all the various kinds of names which are given to the particular place. Okay, when I say the word Prithviraj, okay, this is also considered as the name of person. Okay, we are also using the various kinds of things like laptop. Okay, we have also the various kinds of ideas, thoughts. So these ideas, thoughts, which are also considered as the nouns. So that's why whenever we are going to read any one of the paragraph, so the noun is also going to work on the various levels. Okay, noun has the various kinds of functions. In various kinds of various kinds of sentences, we found how the noun is working as the subject, how the noun is also working as a direct object, indirect object, subject complement, object complement, okay, appositive or an adjective in a sentence. So these are all the various kinds of functions of the noun. Okay, so whenever we are going to found any one of the sentence, so our work will be to find out whether this subject or whether this noun is working as a subject or as a direct object or as a subject complement. Okay, so that's why whenever we are going to Find out the dictionary. It can be the Oxford English Dictionary or the Cambridge Learners Dictionary or the Merriam-Webster's Dictionary. So in all these various kinds of dictionaries, here we found that the nouns which are used in a large proportion. Okay. Multiple nouns we are going to found in various kinds of dictionaries. Whenever we are reading the dictionary, in our dictionary one word is given, and here the exact category of that word is also given to us, whether that word is noun, verb, an adjective. Okay, so all details which are given to us. So that's why, as I said you earlier, so here the nouns can be the name of the person. Okay, Albert Einstein, we know the distinguished person. Okay, the Albert Einstein. Then the president. So these are all the names given to the person.
Sir, unmute, please.
So there are also the various kinds of types of the nouns. And among all these types of the nouns, here we found that we have the first type of the noun, that is the common noun. So the common noun is nothing but it is considered as a name in general. That's why whatever kind of general name we are going to give, so that is considered as a common noun in short. That is a generic name. It can be the name of anyone of the class. It can be the name of anyone of the group. So that is called as the common noun. So as here we can see the example, the country, it is considered as the common noun. Okay, the girl crossed the river. In this example, the girl and the river both are used as the common noun because both are suggesting to one particular class. Okay, so that's why it is called as the common noun. Okay, so there are also the various kinds of types of the common nouns that we found here. Among all these types, the concrete noun is also there. So the concrete noun is very easy for our understanding. and in short, concrete noun that we can perceive by our senses. Okay, we have all the five senses like the ear, nose. Okay, so through our all senses, we are going to perceive the concrete noun, and this is a something that we are going to observe, which we are going to see that is real. Okay, so that is considered as a one kind of concrete noun that is a physical that we can see. Okay, so one example here I have given. I heard the doorbell. My keyboard is sticky. So these two things like the doorbell and the keyboard. So these two things are considered as the real thing. So that we can sense here. Okay, we can see here the keyboard and we can also see the doorbell. So which are considered as a concrete noun. Then like the concrete noun, we have also an abstract noun. Okay, so the abstract noun is in a comparative way that we can study in a comparative way. Okay, with concrete noun. Okay, which cannot be perceived by our senses. Okay, here we are not able to see the courage. We are not able to see the fear. Okay, so this courage that we are not able to heard, not able to see, not able to experience it. Okay, but that is existed. Okay, so that is considered as an abstract noun. Then we have the last type, and that is a collective noun. So as the collective noun, it is also going to show us the one of the group. It is also going to show us a one kind of collection. It can be the collection of various kinds of things that we are using in our day-to-day life. It can be also the collection of people in any one of the organization. Okay, so that is considered as a collective noun. So here I have put an example in front of us. That pack of lies is disgraceful. So here in this sentence, a pack of lies is used as a collective noun in this sentence. And we have the another example, a pride of lions roamed the savannah. So here again in this sentence, we found that collective noun is used as the pride of lions. So like this, in short, collective noun is going to tell us about the collection. Okay, it can be the collection of people, it can be the collection of things. Then we have another types of the nouns. So we can call to these another types of the nouns as we have also the proper noun. Okay, proper noun is suggested or shown to any one of the specific person, place or the thing. Okay, when we used to say the Shahu Palace, it is going to talk about the one kind of specific thing, specific place. Okay, so that's why it is considered as a proper noun. So it is the one kind of name given to a specific kind of person or the place. And always we want to keep it in mind that proper noun is always capitalized. So whenever we are using the proper noun. So here in the following sentences, we can say here the Tina is the proper noun which is used for the specific person. Okay. Does Tina have much homework to do this evening? So in this sentence, the Tina is used as the name of a one kind of specific person. Okay, I would like to visit the Old Faithful. So again here in our second example, we found the Old Faithful. It is also the specific name of the place. Okay, it is an imaginary place that is used in literature. Okay, so this is the name of person and this is the name of place which is suggested to us. Then we have also the countable nouns and uncountable nouns. So as its name, countable noun that we are going to count here. Okay. So whenever we are going to use the countable noun, and we know that whenever we are going to read any one of the paragraphs, so the countable noun that we are going to use with our articles, like the articles which we are going to use A and D, and these countable nouns can be also used with a few, any, many, some. Okay, so here I have put an example in front of us. Example, a book, we can say a book, a pen. Okay, how many, a lot of. Okay, here I have also given the one example to you. Here is a cat. So in this sentence, cat is also considered as a singular and it is also a countable noun. Okay, here are few cats, here are some cats. Okay, so these cats which are countable here. Okay, so that's why it is considered as the countable noun. And on the contrary, whenever we are going to study about the uncountable nouns, so uncountable nouns that we are unable to count, it is trying to show us a one kind of state, or it is trying to tell to us a one kind of quantity. So as we know that all liquids which are considered as uncountable, we cannot count the air, we cannot count the sand. Okay, and uncountable nouns are always, we want to keep it in mind that we are which are always considered as the singular, and these uncountable nouns are considered as used with the words like any, a little, much, some. Okay, give me some water, we want to say. Okay, so whenever we are using the uncountable nouns, then we want to take care about it. Here I have put an example in front of us: water, advice, love. Okay, we are not going to count the love like 2 kilos I love you or 4 kilos like this. We are also not able to count also the advice. Advice is advice. Okay, so here I have written one example. An IQ test measures intelligence. So again here we are not able to see the intelligence of someone. Okay, so that's why intelligence is an uncountable noun. Then we also the second example, students don't seem to have much homework these days. Okay, so again in this example it is referred to an unspecified, unquantifiable amount of the homework. So here in this example, homework is also considered as an uncountable noun which we cannot count in short. So that is considered as a one kind of uncountable noun. Okay, so are you getting it? Is it clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now can I move ahead? Okay, so we have the another type of noun, that is the possessive noun. So as its name, it is trying to tell us that it is belonging from us. Okay, that is going to also show one kind of the thing that's your. And whenever we are going to use the possessive noun, the easiest way to understand the possessive noun is that it is that we can identify by the apostrophe. Okay, so whatever kinds of nouns, most of the nouns that we are using in our English, which show the possessive with an apostrophe and an S. Okay, so for example, the cat's toy was missing. Okay, here the cat is possessing, but this is the toy. which is trying to denote. Okay, we know we are adding the apostrophe yes at the end of the word. Okay, cat. So that's why we are using various kinds of apostrophes in our conversation. Because this thing is belonging from you. Okay, the things that you are going to possess it. Okay, so that's why it is considered as a possessive noun. So that's why most of the nouns are considered as the possessive nouns in the context of English grammar. So that's why it is considered as apostrophes. Okay, that's why it is easiest way to understand the possessive noun is that whenever we are using the apostrophe. Okay, then we have some rules are here given related with apostrophe. When a singular noun ends in the letters s or z, okay, so at that time we want to suggest the leaving of the extra s here. I have been invited to the boss house for dinner. Okay, so like this in this example, we also done another example. Mrs. Tangpar's coat is still hanging on the back of her chair. Okay, so here how we are leaving the of extra s here. Then also the plural nouns which are also ending in the word yes, which are also going to take an apostrophe to form the possessive. Okay, my nieces from dresses were exquisite. Okay, so like this is all about the possessive nouns. Then we have also the plural nouns. So the plural nouns are also going to work the collective nouns, which also require the plural verbs whenever we are going to use. And most of the plural nouns, okay, which we are going to form whenever we are going to add the suffixes like the yes, yes to the singular form of the noun. Okay, so that is considered as a one kind of plural noun. Okay, but still there are some of the exceptions. Whenever we are going to study about the nouns or whenever we are going to study about the grammar, so in grammar, some are exceptions. Okay, so here I have written one example cat, cats. Okay, so here the word singular word cat, it is whenever we are added the suffix yes to that, so it becomes the plural format. Okay, so these two cats are both black. So like this, note that we are always using the plural verbs like the plural verb of the tax is the taxes, house, the plural form of the house is houses. Okay, so like this, whenever we are also using the various kinds of plural nouns, okay, these plural forms that are also considered as the plural nouns. Then here various kinds of uses of the nouns which are given to us. So as I have discussed earlier in our first PPT, that here noun can be used as a subject in our given sentences whenever we are going to frame out the various kinds of sentences. So in all these kinds of various kinds of sentences, so here we are going to found that we are using the various kinds of nouns as the subject. So as we can see here in our example, Ronnie is fond of music. Okay, so here in this example, Ronnie is used as a subject in the given sentence. Okay, so like this, noun is also used as the object in various kinds of sentences. Okay, it can be also used as the object of the verbs. It can be the direct object or it can be also the indirect object in the given sentences. Okay, then like this, how the nouns which are also used as the subject in the given sentences and at the same time how the nouns which are also used as the object complements in the given various kinds of sentences. Okay, so in this example, we found here the noun teacher, which is used as a subject complement. Okay, Mary is a teacher in this example. This is the one example which is given to us. Mary is a teacher, and in this example, the noun teacher, it is used as the subject complement in this given sentence. So that's why whenever we are going to study especially about the subject complements, so these kinds of subject complements which we are following here, which are we are observing here, which are trying to follow the linking verbs. Okay, so the various kinds of linking verbs like to be, become, or seem. So these subject complements which are normally trying to follow the these linking verbs. Okay, example, a teacher is what Mary is. Okay, so like this here at the same time, these kinds of related nouns which are also considered as an object complement in the given sentences. Okay, so these are all the various kinds of uses of the nouns. How the nouns which are used as the subject complement, and at the same time how here the nouns which are also considered as the object complement in the given sentences. So here we have the one example also. Husband and wife are nouns which are used as the object complement here in our this example. I now pronounce you husband and wife. This is the one example. So in this example, we found here the word like the husband and the wife, both are the used, both are the nouns in this sentence and which are used as the object complement. Okay, so here these are all the various kinds of uses of nouns. Okay, how the nouns are used as the subject in the given sentences, how also the nouns which are used as the object in the given sentences, and at the same time how the nouns which are used as the subject complement, and at the same time how it is also used as the object complement in our given sentences. Okay, then at the same time we are also going to use the nouns in our sentences, that is going to play the roles of an appositive noun, and these kinds of appositive nouns which are also directly immediately going to follow the another noun. Okay, whenever they want to define, whenever they want to identify something. For example, I have written here one example. My brother Michael is 6 years old. Okay, so here in this example, we found here the Michael is an appositive here. Further, with addition of this also, it is trying to give a one kind of, it is trying to identifying the subject in this given sentence of my brother. Okay, and at the same time, these kinds of nouns which are also used as the adjective, the various kinds of sentences. Okay, which are also used as adjectively. Okay, for example, he is a speed demon. So here in this example also, the speed which is also is normally a noun, but here it is working as an adjective to modify the word demon. Okay, so that's why how the nouns which are also working here as a appositive noun. Okay, then after doing this study about the nouns, we have also the another very important types of parts of speech, so that is considered as the pronouns. So the pronouns are nothing but the words which are used instead of nouns, so that is called as the pronoun. Okay, which is trying to replace the noun. Okay, so there are, according to the, after defining the pronoun, so there are also the various kinds of types of nouns that we found here, and among all the types of the noun, we have the first type of the noun. Also, we can call to this first type of the noun is the personal pronoun. That is referred to an individual, that is referred to a person. Okay, So we are using the various kinds of subjects like I, we, you, he, she, it, they, in which the first person, okay, I, we, you, second person, okay, he, she, it, they, these are the third person. So in which also first person singular, first person plural. Okay, so whenever we are using these various kinds of subjects, and at the same time we are also going to use the various kinds of objects, especially when we are going to do the change the voice, we are changing from I to me, we to us, okay, he to him, she to her, okay, from they to him. So these are all the various kinds of objects which we are using, so which are considered as the personal pronouns. At the same time, we are using the various kinds of possessives like mine, ours, so which are considered as the personal pronouns. Okay, so this was the first type of the pronoun, that was the personal pronoun. So like this personal pronoun, we have also the another type of the noun, that is a possessive pronoun. So the possessive pronoun is nothing but it is like a noun. Okay, noun possessive. It is also trying to show that that thing is belonging from you. You have its ownership. Okay, so that is considered as a possessive noun. Our house, our home. Okay, so whenever we are going to say like this, so it is trying to tell us. So like the possessive pronoun, we have also the third type of the pronoun. So we can call to this third type of the pronoun as the reflexive pronoun. Okay, so the words like the easiest way to identify the reflexive pronoun from the given sentences is whenever we are finding the suffix self at the end of the word. So that is considered as the reflexive pronoun whenever we are using the words like the myself, yourself, itself, ourselves, themselves. So which are considered as the reflexive pronouns in the given sentences. Okay, so then we have the last type of pronoun. So we can call to this last type of the pronoun as the indefinite pronoun, which is not definite, which is not sure. So we are using the various kinds of indefinite pronouns in our day-to-day communication. Okay, so the words like something, neither, nobody, no one, somebody, nothing, each, either, neither. So these are all the indefinite pronouns that we are using, which are not sure, but we want to always keep it in mind that these are all the indefinite pronouns that we are using here, which are considered as a singular always. Okay, we want to keep it in mind. Okay, whenever we are using the word nobody, it is trying to suggest to us that it's a singular. Okay, so these are some of the grammatical mistakes that we are doing. Okay, so that's why we want to take care about all these small things. Then we have also the last type of the pronoun, that is considered as the interrogative question words. So these kinds of interrogative question words, which are also considered as the pronouns in the given sentences. We are using the various kinds of WH words in our day-to-day communication. So the words like the what, who, which, whom. So these are all the interrogative questions words that we are using in our day-to-day life. So that's why these words are considered as or called as interrogative question words. Whenever we are using the word what, at that time we want to take the general information. For example, what is your name? Okay, which is the name of your company? When we are asking this question, we want to get the specific kind of information about that company. Okay, who is your boss? Okay, so this is considered as a subject pronoun, the given sentence. So when we are using the word who, Ramesh is a good boy who is a singer. Okay, in this example, we are using the word who. Okay, which is suggested to the Ramesh, which is suggested to the pronoun. Okay, so whenever we are also trying to use the word whom, so that whom is also considered as the object pronoun like me or her whenever we are using in our given sentences. Okay, so in short, in our today's class, what we have studied, we have studied that what is meant by noun. So nouns are nothing but it is the name of any one of the person, thing, place, or quality, and how the noun is also going to work on the various kinds of levels, as like the indirect object, direct object as a subject, as an object, and how it is also going to work as a subject complement and object complement in the various kinds of sentences, and why we are going to also found the various kinds of words which are given to us in the dictionaries, which are the nouns. Then we have studied various kinds of examples related with the how the nouns can be the name of person, name of the place, name of the things also. Then we have studied about the common noun is nothing but it is the one kind of general name, okay, which is suggested to any one of the class or the group, okay, like country. Then we have studied about another type. There are also the types of common nouns in which we have studied about the concrete noun, how the concrete noun which can be perceived by our senses that we can also observe, okay, like in our example we have seen that I heard the doorbell. Okay, then after the concrete noun also we also studied about the abstract noun that which we cannot perceive by our senses, like the fear, okay, love. Then we have studied the third type, that was the collective noun, which is suggested to any one of the collection of the things or the people. Then we have studied about the proper noun, how the proper noun it is suggested to a specific kind of person, place, or the thing. Okay. Then what is the difference between the countable noun and the uncountable noun? That countable noun which we can count here, and on the contrary, uncountable noun which we cannot count here. Okay. And possessive nouns which are belonging from us. And whenever we are trying to define the possessive noun, at that time we are going to use the apostrophe. Okay. Then related with the apostrophe, various kinds of rules we have discussed, and various kinds of plural nouns. Whenever we are adding the suffixes like the yes and yes, which are also considered as the plural nouns. Then we have studied about how the nouns are used as the subject, object, and subject complement, and at the same time how at the object complement. Then we have studied about what is meant by pronoun. Pronoun is nothing but it is a word which is used instead of noun. Okay, then we have studied the various kinds of types of the pronouns in which personal pronoun, possessive pronoun, reflexive pronoun, indefinite pronoun. And we want to always keep it in mind that all these indefinite pronouns, the words like somebody, someone, something, neither, nobody, no one, nothing, either, which are always singular. Okay. And the last type of the pronoun that we have studied, that is the interrogative question words. So is it clear to all of you what is meant by noun and all the types of the nouns which we have studied here? Did you understand? Yes, I'm waiting for your reply here.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So after doing this study about what is meant by noun, what is meant by pronoun, then we are also going to study about what are the various kinds of uses of adjectives and the adverbs that we are also going to use in our day-to-day life, especially in our verbal communication. So adjectives, we are using the various kinds of adjectives whenever any one of the program is organized. And whenever we want to give the introduction about any one of the orator or any one of the chief guest in our program. So here the anchor, what exactly he's trying to do, he is using the various kinds of adjectives. Okay, various kinds of objectives, various kinds of these kinds of adjectives which are used by the anchor. Okay, esteemed personality. We found the esteemed personality. Okay, versatile personality. Okay, so like this various kinds of adjectives we found, and like the adjectives we also found the various kinds of adverbs. So let us study about uh, in detail about the adjectives and the adverbs that we are using in our day-to-day life. So as when we try to define the adjective, so adjective is trying to give us the more and more information about the noun and the pronoun. Okay, so here I have written one example. Virat Kohli is the best batsman in the world. So here in this word, the best which is used as an adjective here in this sentence, and this word is trying to give us a more and more information about the Virat Kohli. Okay, so that's why these words which are trying to give us the more and more information about the noun and the pronoun. So that's why it is called as the an adjective. Okay, so we are using the various kinds of determiners in our sentences. So determiners are nothing but these are the small group of words which are also going to work as an adjective in our given sentences. We are using the various kinds of words like these, that, these, those. Whenever the things are near with us, so at that time we are going to use this, that. This is my pen. Okay, this is my Dell desktop. This is my Dell laptop. So whenever the things which are near with us, now at that time we are going to use the words like this and that. Whenever the things which are too away from us, so at that time we are going to use the words like these and those. Okay, so these are all the words like this, that, these, those, what, which, whose, my, our, yours, his, her, which are also considered as the determiners. And these determiners which are used here even in our given sentences as an adjective. Okay, so we are using also the various kinds of sentences. We are also using the various kinds of articles in our written form. And at the same time, we are using the various kinds of articles in our spoken form of the communication, like the A and D. So our articles which are also considered as an adjective. Okay, so that's why it is considered as the study of the grammar is a very interesting part. So we need the repetition and we also need the practice. Okay, so we want to study the grammar in easiest way, in the simplest way, while finding out the various kinds of examples. Then various kinds of descriptive words which are we are using in our day-to-day life. The words like the short, big, beautiful, blue, red. So various kinds of descriptive words which we are using. Some words which are whenever we are adding the suffix like the ing to these words, ing adjectives are also there. Then we have also the ed adjectives are also there which we are using in our day-to-day life. Okay, so the example boring. Okay, so here in this example, whenever we are using the ing adjective like the boring, it is trying to show us one kind of reason. Okay, it is trying to show us one kind of cause. Okay, I am feeling boring. I am feeling monotonous whenever we are using. So there is a one reason behind it. Okay. Reason can be that you have had the too much dinner, too much lunch. It can be any one of the reason. You are not feeling well also. So whenever we are using it, so these are also ing adjectives which we are also using. So like the ing adjective, we have also the ed adjectives like the bored, which is trying to show us one kind of effect, which is also trying to show us one kind of result. Okay. Then we have studied the degrees like the positive degree, okay, comparative degree, superlative degree. So whenever we were doing the study about the degrees, so in all our degrees we have used the various kinds of adjectives. Okay, so here we have the comparative. Whenever we want to do the comparison, so we know the simplest structure here: more or less plus adjective plus than. This is the easiest way to learn the grammar. Whenever we see this structure, then we can understand that this is a comparative degree. And on the contrary, how we can identify the positive degree? Okay, as plus adjective plus as. It is going to show us one kind of equality. Okay, then we have the third type of the degree, that is the superlatives. And in the superlative degree, we know that we are using the most or the least plus adjective. And we are using here the third form like the good, better, best. In this example, the best, which is included in the superlative. Okay, good is included in positive and better is used in comparative. So here one order is given like the determiner, opinion, size. Whenever we want to also explain the opinions, size or the shape. So these are all the considered as an adjective. Opinion, size, shape, age, color, origin, material or the purpose. Then after doing the study about the adjective, we have also the another very important parts of it, that is the adverbs. So adverbs are also trying to give us the more and more information about the adjective, about the verb, and about adverbs also. Okay, for example, Soham speaks loudly. How is speaking here? The underlined word loudly, which is considered as adverb here in the given sentence. And whenever we are trying to give the answers of the questions like when, how, why, where, so answers of all these questions which are also considered as the adverbs in our given sentences. Okay, so here the words which we are using like the always, however, enough, tomorrow, very, very, slowly. So these are all the words which whenever we are using, so these words are considered as adverbs in our sentences. So according to the adverbs, it has also the, like the nouns, it has also the types of the adverbs, in which first is the adverb of manner. Adverb of manner is nothing but, in short, it is trying to speak about how he speaks. He speaks loudly. How he speaks? He speaks slowly. Okay. So the examples like the loudly, quietly, well, angrily, bad. So which are trying to suggest to us a one kind of manner, and that is how. Then we have the another type of the adverb, that is the adverb of degree. Adverb of degree means how much. Okay. So like the words like the very, quietly, okay, extremely, absolutely, really, okay. So which are trying to tell us how much. Here the quietly, it is also the adverb of manner, and at the same time it is also the adverb of degree. Okay, so like the adverb of the degree, we also the various types of adverbs like the adverb of place. Whenever we are trying to speak about the place, where means it is trying to suggest to us the place. I'm standing nearby your house. Whenever we are saying the using the word nearby, so it is trying to suggest us a one kind of place. Okay, there are plenty of flowers in the garden. So here the word there, it is trying to suggest the place. Okay, so whenever we are also using the word here, there, somewhere, nearby, upstairs, so which are suggesting to us the exact place, exact location, exact kind of venue. Okay, so that's why it is called as the adverb of place. Like the adverb of the place, we have also the adverb of time. Okay, when you are going to meet me, so it is trying to show us today, tomorrow, or the yesterday. So it is trying to tell us the time. Okay, so the words like today, yesterday, recently, already, still. So these are all the words which are trying to suggest to us a one kind of time and exactly at what time, when. Okay, so like the adverb of the time, we have also here the adverb of frequency. So related with the adverb of frequency, it is also trying to show us, okay, how often. Whenever we are using the word always, usually, often, sometimes, never, which are considered as the adverb of frequency. Okay, so whenever we are going to study about, especially the structural part of adverbs. So here we found the whenever we are using some kinds of helping verbs, so we can use this formula helping verb plus adverb of frequency plus main verb. Okay, so we have also the adverb of frequency in which the definite, whenever adverb of frequency it is in a definite format, it can come at the beginning position or at the same time it can come at the ending position also. So according to this, whenever we want to present some kinds of opinions like the fortunately, personally, sadly, which are trying to suggest us a one kind of opinion. And we have also the various kinds of adverbs like the moreover, however, therefore, so which are considered as the linking, which are trying to link to the two sentences. Okay, so this adverb of frequency can be found at the beginning, at the middle of the sentence, or at the ending of our sentence. Okay, so they are related with the structural part of an adverb. Whenever we are using the adverb of degree, then we want to use the adjective, like the adverb of degree plus main verb, adverb of manner plus transitive verb plus direct object. Okay, so these are the various structures of the adverbs whenever we are using the like the words like the be. Okay, be, was, been, these are the three forms. Okay, so be plus adverb of frequency plus main verb, transitive verb plus adverb of manner. Okay, adverb of frequency, that is the time plus end position. So this is the structural part of the adverbs that we are using the related with the various kinds of sentences. So at the end of our lecture, we have discussed like the noun and the pronoun. We are also using the various kinds of adjectives and adverbs in our sentences. So adjectives which are trying to give us the more and more information about the noun and the pronoun. So that is considered as the adjective here. So how here the various kinds of determinants like this, that, these, those, what, which, whose, my, our, how these are considered as the determinants, and also whatever kinds of articles which we are using here, A and D, which are also called as adjectives. Okay. Then whenever we are using the descriptive like ing adjective, how we are also using the ed adjectives, which are also considered as adjectives in the given sentences. And whenever we are also going to study especially the degrees, positive degree, comparative degree, and the superlative degrees. So we are using the various kinds of adjectives. Okay. Then we have studied about what is meant by adverb. So adverbs are nothing but which are trying to once again give us information about adjective, about the verb and the adverb, and which are also in short trying to give us the answers of all the questions like when, why, how, where. Okay. And according to this, there are also the various kinds of types of the adverbs in which adverb of manner, adverb of degree, adverb of place, adverb of time, adverb of frequency. Then we have studied about the various kinds of positions of adverb in the given sentences at the beginning, at the middle, and at the ending of our sentences. So I am sure that the study about all these, what is meant by noun, pronoun, adverb, and an adjective, which is going to be very helpful to you related with the grammar. And from today, you are going to take care about whenever you are going to framework some of the sentences in English, or whenever you are going to do one kind of communication in our day-to-day life. So the understanding about all these types of parts of speech is going to be very helpful to you in our interaction, in our communication. So is it clear to all of you? Any difficulty about any one of the part that we have studied here? Yes, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you for your instant response. So now in our next lecture also, we are going to study about the remaining parts of speech. Okay. So thank you all of you.